So last time we covered the first 2 episodes of the season, so let's pick up from there. Things are serious. A third group called Management has decided to effectively declare open warfare, while Mahoro and Suguru have taken in one of their androids, the Klutzy Minawa, leading to severe paranoia by many of the combat-oriented members of the show. There is thus only one thing that is worth discussing in episode 3 then.
She's perfectly proportioned and has large round breasts. It's no wonder Suguru is mesmerized by her.
Well, I mean, after this little diversion, of course. Let's get down to the serious matters of the episode. What the hell That can't do what it looks like it does, can it?
Yeah, no matter how good it looks.
No way, that's not true.
They've got before and after pictures, look.
It does. I mean, it claims it does. I'm not a doctor, but I really don't think it works that way. I think if you put it on there, all you're going to see is them inside of there going back and forth like a windsock. Anyway, let's get on, as I said, with the serious matter of the episode.
Big boobies, big boobies. Such big boobies too. Warm and soft and oh so squishy.
The worst part is, I know if my subconscious had a theme song, this would be it. Seems that she bought one of those devices already.
Is Mahoro cleaning at this time of night? What is that sound?
Well, of course, this is a fiercely debated topic, and so it's no surprise that Mahoro has a sort of shoulder angel, shoulder devil thing going on, except it's on the merit of big tits.
I don't understand why you're saying that. As a woman of today, I must strive to be busty, bouncy, and nurturing to those who are close to me. Big boobies, big boobies. My mom has got such big boobies too. Warm and soft and oh so squishy. The breast that functions to embrace the loved and protected must be full and plentiful. You really think so, huh? Yes, I think so. Ooby, ooby, ooby.
This is up there with those other great philosophical discussions, such as René Descartes' Discourse on the Method of Damn Big Old Titties. Well, regardless, if the machine did any work at all, Suguru didn't notice, even when prompted, and he is something of a connoisseur. At school, Suguru's friends are discussing the latest UFO pictures thanks to Saint that they have in this magazine. Yeah, what the hell has happened this week? This time the plot is about the boobs, and the stuff that the boys look at in magazines is about the plot. Anyway, the whole situation leaves Suguru feeling awkward as they discuss whether or not to believe in something that he knows in fact exists.
Unknown life forms, extraterrestrial beings, strange and mysterious creatures, and other bizarre things must exist in this universe. Like little aliens who come from the planet Beta Reticle. Their advanced race has achieved a spiritual form and are waiting for the day when they can again become space people. Don't you think so?
You know what, episode? I take it all back. Focusing on the boobs was the right move. Well, the kids sure are surprised when one of those UFOs shows up right outside their school. Ryuga explains that there's nothing to worry about, though. It's just an automated publicity vehicle, flying around to gradually make the world aware of alien visitors. Ryuga admits they screwed up their first time, so they're trying to do it a bit better, even though there's also all this fighting, which is complicated. Plus, he knows that Mahoro is limiting Suguru's knowledge of the overall conflict. There are some things that she doesn't want him to know.
Bouncy, 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 bun, bun, bounce. Bouncy, 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 bun, bun, bounce.
That is probably one of them. Or 2 of them, I suppose. Miss Shikijo swings by for dinner and a bath. And also...
All right, once again, it's bigger booby time.
That's right, she was committing a little boob spying, aka, wait for it, breastspionage. While talking about it, Miss Shikijo holds it up to her chest and Mahoro accidentally turns it on, resulting in... Those are knockers. As in, they could probably knock someone unconscious. What's worse, the machine is broken in the on position, so the device attaches to Minowa and blows her up to big size as well. Well, Mahoro is peeved, and in her anger, Suguru gets hit by them. Fuck it, let's just get back to the plot.
Come away with me, little lady! Come away and see a whole new side of life!
Oh yeah, I forgot, we never left the plot. Thankfully, this was all just a nightmare. Slash wakes her up to give her a package that just arrived from Vesper. There's intelligence on management and the new super weapon they have designed. So they've sent in something to help deal with it if it comes down to it. It's a bra that causes her boobs to grow larger. I'm starting to suspect we found our Season 2 story arc. Well, it's not just a free breast expansion device, it's to counter management's weapon, with a key phrase that Mahoro finds too embarrassing to say, but that it's there so that no one says it accidentally, you know. If you had a gun that fired every time someone said pancakes, sooner or later, there's going to be an accident. But alas, there is no time. There's a giant robot coming this way, which probably will threaten the whole city as well as Suguru and Minowa, so Mahoro leaps into action and puts on the bra. That is really hard to say with gravitas. Let me try that again. Mahoro dons the bra, knowing that it may be all that stands between the city and a rampaging mechanical beast. Our salvation depends entirely upon what's inside her bra. Didn't really stick the landing there, did I? So Mahoro battles the robot and does well at first, but it recovers and soon captures Minowa, leaving her with no choice.
Booby missile, no! Big boobies, big boobies. My mom has got such big boobies too. Warm and soft and oh so squishy.
I'm not saying I approve. All I'm saying is, if we had these in Afghanistan, we'd have won by now.
Booby missile?
Shh! Minowa, please! Don't say that!
Shh. Shh. Booby missile.
Oh, this is just like when you accidentally teach a baby to swear. Well, it turns out that was a dream as well. But we can put this behind us at last.
Hey, what's up, guys? What are you doing? Oh, well, not a thing. Tomorrow I'll be bigger
than yesterday, right?
And so began a new tragedy.
Okay, fine. But these are the end credits. We have to be done now.
Satellite Poema.
Booby ooby ooby booby booby ooby oh. The right bottom filleth over with ooby boobies. Booby ooby rin.
You know, at this point, I wouldn't be surprised if I'm the one who wakes up.
Ooby booby riho. Mishikijo ooby booby. Suguru loves booby oobies. Big sister isn't ooby booby. I am not ooby booby either. But is that really a bad thing?
Our next episode begins with Vesper.
This is our new Vesper observation satellite. It's called Cyclops.
Good. I was afraid they were saving that name for the male version of that bra missile. Cyclops has spotted a potential threat at Suguru's school, no less. So they call Mahoro to ask her to try to find the bomb.
To be honest, Vesper doesn't know. They don't have enough data to make a determination.
Then it's possible the thing isn't really a bomb, right?
That doesn't matter! We have to be cautious. We cannot deny the possibility that that thing is a bomb!
Well, it would be good if we could shut down the school to protect everyone. You know, some kind of fake cover story. But as we discover, Vesper's resources are somewhat limited. That's why Mahoro is their best option. Slip on a school grounds and search for the bomb and deal with it.
You can introduce yourself to the class.
Yes, ma'am. I am new to this class starting today. My name is Mahoko Suzuki. Pleased to meet you.
Wow, who is that absolute stranger whom we've never seen before? That looks exactly like Mahoro in a bad disguise. The kids ask Miss Shikijo after class what the hell is going on, but all she knows is that the official documents have all been provided, so she has to treat Mahoro like a student, although I assume that doesn't mean trying to smother Mahoro with her breasts. She is horrified to think that this might be a plot to have dirty sex with Suguru here at school, because there's no way that she could possibly have sex with him while they're living together. Suguru finally has to break it to Mahoro that this disguise is less convincing than if she was wearing her normal clothes but carrying a sign saying, "Not Mahoro, carry on." What's worse is that she spends so much time calculating how to formulate her perfect disguise that school's over and she hasn't done a thing to search for the bomb. Things are a little complicated because there's a school festival going on, and mysterious holes have been cropping up, and since the bomb is determined to be underground, someone else may be looking for it. But her behavior has attracted the attention of the others, who are trying to guess, why she's doing all this crazy stuff. If only they'd seen what she was getting up to in the last episode, huh? This is when we get to something that totally caught me off guard. As we catch up with management, someone is reading a report about Mahoro's search, and they show a close-up of the guy reading the report. Nothing remarkable there, but you might recall me mentioning with Full Moon earlier this year, the foreign language stuff gets noticeable sometimes when they try to include English. In that case, they described a criminal as being 7 feet tall. Well, let me show you what he's reading. What they have here is so completely unrelated that I admit my curiosity overtook me and I dug into what was going on here. And I think I figured it out. Matthew is the one in control of Saint, remember? And it seems that at some point in time, they came across Thomas Paine, as in the American Revolutionary, and his writings about the prophecies around Jesus, especially those related to the 4 gospel books, which starts with Matthew. I found that this website on the subject, complete with editor's note, is word for word what they have on the paper. I'm guessing they might have come across this website while they were looking for ideas and decided to copy the text here as a sort of joke. This means that we have the unique juxtaposition of a serious examination of prophecies around our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ and a vacuum cleaner that grows giant breasts. And you thought I wasn't giving you an Easter special this year. Well, the guy reading it is leaping into action, but this is all a trick by Dr. Evil Scientist and his minion. But what the plan is going to have to wait. Slash is leading the group to their target.
It's here.
It's not every show that tries to present a triumph as the heroes whip out some trowels. Then again, this is not every show. Actually, it's not any show. I think this is just a peek into a very disturbed mind. They don't find a bomb, though. They just find a shoe.
But what is a shoe doing buried in the ground?
Maybe they were trying to grow a shoe tree? This may not be working, but it's the right idea. More holes have been appearing since they started, so somebody's looking for something. And all the while the fair is getting underway and everyone else is having a good time. Really unfair to have less than a year to live and have to miss all of the fun to go looking for landmines. They realize they haven't been checking the holes that others have dug, and sure enough, they pull some strange thing out of one of them. It certainly could be a bomb. I mean, I'm no expert, but you can put a bomb in pretty much anything, though, so I wouldn't rule out anything, well, except the shoe. Shoe bombs exist, but that's generally for their smuggling advantages. It's not any inherent advantage of a bomb-making material in a shoe. Otherwise, the U.S. government would likely have a contract with Nike. Anyway, they're interrupted by an android sent by management, thanks to that little misdirection with Operation Thomas Paine Brings the Pain. He threatens to kill Suguru unless Mahoro turns over that device, and so she goes along with it. There's one thing he didn't expect. Yep, no one ever remembers to prepare for the monkey ninjas. They got Dorothy after all. No, wait, that was the Monkey Air Corps, my bad. So, Miyuki has swiped it, not suspecting that the others have the same idea.
No, I'll be taking that. Even a devil like me would like to experience love.
I will not allow you to get the jump on me. I want that so I can deepen the simmering relationship between Suguru and I.
No, I will capture it so that I might find myself a burning love of my own.
The sad thing is that all of them are more convincing than Mahoro's disguise. This is related to what Shizuko suspected was going on, that there's a legend about something on campus that can be used to deepen true love. So Mahoro and Suguru must be after that. They think that this is it, unaware that they're playing football with a high explosive.
Hold it! Hold me, mistress!
No. I respect your life choices, but I am not doing that. As if this situation isn't bad enough, who else is joining in but Miss Shikijo? Turns out she was the one digging those holes, and was looking for the bomb as well because she's horrified that they have it, and joins in the chase. They can't catch up, but Shizuko says they do have an in case of emergency break glass option that they can always use to get Rin stop and listen.
Hey, you! Girl with the milk udders! Stop right there! What? Hey, who called them milk udders? I want to know!
You know, breasts may not be the story arc, but I think they've definitely become an ongoing subplot. Of course, there's also that management android, but Slash seems to think that he should be able to handle that problem. And he's probably right. That's a nice, simple, obvious problem which requires violence. That really invites the kind of solution that he prefers.
It isn't over yet!
Besides, tentacles and anime girls? Bad mix. Well, in the confusion, the bomb goes flying, and Mahoro smashes the android to pieces in her efforts to catch it before it hits the ground and turns this place into a crater. Not that all the holes are helping. But she doesn't anticipate how determined her adversary is.
This is mine!
Yeah, forget about the combat androids. If you want to take down Vesper's best, this is what you need. Someone who can evade cease and desist orders like a witch dancing through raindrops. But alas, the bomb splits open, though luckily it's not a bomb. Though there is an explosion. An explosion of photos and love letters. Turns out there was no bomb. Vesper accidentally detected Miss Shikijo's time capsule full of embarrassing high school thoughts and images. In other words, high school images. The only ones more embarrassed than her are the people at Vesper who realize their software analyzing Cyclops needs a little bit of work before they wind up raiding Seguru's house due to a misunderstanding over his porn collection. Our final episode for today begins with a flashback during Minowa's time with management. Her and her friend, who is lamenting that after the changes made, she no longer feels things, emotions.
We were originally humans, weren't we? So why don't we have hearts? If I had a heart.
I'd be tender, I'd be gentle, and awful sentimental.
But not once in my life have I ever looked at something and thought how pretty it was. It's frustrating to me that even though I've always known the meaning of words like fun and happy, I've never felt any of those things even once. It's sad, but I can't cry.
Well, this flashback is actually a dream, and...
370, I bid you goodbye. 369, wait, no!
On the whole, I'd say I liked Booby Missile Dream a lot better. On possibly a related topic, the moment Suguru gets home, he just says hi and heads to his room for some alone time, so it's possible a new magazine came out, or he's found a way to hide his porno within the walls somehow. Although I wouldn't be surprised Mahoro started x-raying them just in case. And turns out it's a Christmas episode, so I guess we should have some appropriate innuendo for that then. Shaking the jingle bells, rubbing the old North Pole, petting Santa's little helper, polishing the candy cane. When I think about you, I touch my elf. No, never mind. Let's just stop and move on. Mahoro is impressing because she's got a turkey from Henderson Farms in Kentucky. Apparently from some nice Amish family. And she got a Christmas tree from Finland. I suppose if it was my last Christmas, I'd probably go all out too. Especially on the booze. Pity whoever thinks they got toys in their stocking this year. Meanwhile, Minowa has worked on the wreath.
Wow, you really did work hard.
It could ward off evil spirits.
What the hell?
Oh, ton of balm, oh, ton of balm. Well, after he's been saved and the pair go off to shop, Hamaguchi comes by to talk to Mahoro about Minowa. Meanwhile, Minowa is distracted at the image of a wreath that's in the shape of a heart, a reminder to everyone else about the holidays, and to her of what she is missing. That's one of the many reasons that Christmas should be mixed with alcohol, I believe.
Right.
Though have the common sense to do it inside. The pair are spotted by the girl trio, who wonder if this might be a date, but their thoughts are intruded upon by Miss Shikijo, which isn't surprising because Miss Shikijo is always intruding. She's here along with Ryuga to keep an eye on the students.
So what you're saying is that if you look at the big picture, Santa Claus doesn't exist?
If there's one thing I can't stand, it's an agnostic. As for Miss Shikijo, she is on Santa's naughty list and very happy to be there. We should get back to Hamaguchi, who wants to know what Minowa would like to get as a present.
Hamaguchi, I think you're very sweet. Don't worry, I'm sure everything will be all right. As long as you put your heart into it, I think anything you get Minowa will make her very happy.
Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
Do you really think so?
Mm-hmm. Though I have to admit it hasn't been long since Minowa and I met.
Huh?
Because my sister is only 6 months old. My clever thinking comes to the rescue again. So, it's time for the holiday get-together.
Merry Christmas! Happy New Year!
Costume courtesy of Sesame Street. You know, I'm really glad to add this to the mix of breast expansion vacuum, Bible analysis, and the dreams of seeing one's friends walking into an incinerator.
On this wonderful Christmas night, I'm going to put this freshly removed underwear that's been warmed by my silky skin into Mr. Misato's stocking because he's been such a good little boy all year and he should be rewarded!
Oh, and how could I have left out the occasional clearly illegal act by a drunk sex maniac?
These people frighten me.
And well, they should. Gifts are exchanged, but unfortunately there's no subtitles. So I'm afraid the joke is completely lost upon me. Unless it's supposed to be me holding my iPhone up to the screen trying to get it to translate things for me. You know, it's really bad that Steve Jobs died. I mean, if he was still alive, I bet the iPhone would be like a Star Trek Universal Translator by now. I wouldn't even need to take it out of my pocket. Anyway, the only gags that can clearly translate are that Chizuko got a book on dieting, I think. Suguru somehow wound up giving a present to himself. And Minowa's present for Hamaguchi turned out to be a wrench. That's bad, but what's worse is the realization that because Suguru's birthday is right before Christmas, his parents...
Suguru, the first robot is for your birthday, the second robot is for Christmas, and the third is for being such a good boy. Look!
He totally made a sucker out of me!
Someone's grave is going to get pissed on this Christmas. Well, it's clear that Hamaguchi is into Minowa, so his friend takes advantage of the empty picture frame by suggesting that he take a picture, only to say, "Oh no, I'm all out of film. If only someone could get some from the store." And Hamaguchi recognizes the signal.
You know, Kawahara, sometimes I think you're hopeless. Why don't we just use my digital camera to...
The signal that he will die alone with his penis untouched. Well, when he and Minowa are finally alone on the errand to get some film, he gets a chance to give her the present that he picked out, a pair of mittens. We see her smiling and holding them close, but on the way home looking morose because based on what Hamaguchi says about caring about others, she concludes that Santa doesn't visit those who have no heart. After the party, while Mahoro and Minowa clean up, Suguru returns from his room with a present for them. He's knitted them some scarves.
So this is the reason you kept disappearing into your room so early all those nights?
Yes, that's exactly what I did. Mahoro is delighted and then ecstatic when it starts to snow, while Minowa watches.
I see this is snow. If I had a heart, Santa would come. If I had a heart, I could be happy like that.
These first 5 episodes introduce 2 new elements, management and Minowa, and turn Ryuga into a supporting character. This allows some freshness for this first third of the season, because otherwise there's basically a case of more of the same for this season. After the climactic conclusion from last time, an overall direction seems to be absent. Essentially, each season is now operating the same, with establishment, antics, and building until the serious plot starts to become important. I figure that's vague enough to not be a spoiler for you, and obvious enough not to give anything away. So now that we've established the new dynamic, that will be the way of things going forward. It was nice that the last episode gave us more of a perspective on Minowa, frankly. Her character has been rather one-note, so finally fleshing out a bit of what makes her tick is a welcome change. It's not just about how the new characters change the dynamic, after all. Their personality is an important element of that as well. But first, we'll have more holiday silliness when we return with more Mahoromatic.
All hail the Overlord! All hail the Overlord!
Well, Seguru, would you like me to take this trash out back and bury it in the yard?